Hey everybody, how's it going? James Maris here. I want to start out by apologizing for the last couple of streams. Basically, the video's been frozen on both of them. Um, I was experimenting with Stream Elements overlays, but I simply don't have the hardware to handle stuff like that right now. I was also experimenting yesterday with a new camera, a higher quality camera, but it turns out to be a little too powerful, I guess, for my hardware. Basically, I don't have the hardware for it. So we're going to keep the quality low to keep the content up, which I'm fine with. I don't really mind doing that because I'm here to bring you guys music, and then we'll up the quality as the channel gets more popular, obviously. Bear with me. I'm trying to get back to where I was before in quality, making sure that this is a reliable channel quality-wise. I am trying one chat overlay thing. I want to see if that works. So I'm going to play around with that for 1 second, and then we'll jump right in. So go ahead and get settled. I appreciate you guys. Tuning in. Thanks, Phil. I appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. So it looks like the chat thing that I'm trying to do didn't work. So we're gonna try that another time. I'm not worried about it. Phil, maybe another time you could walk me through how you do yours. If you're using Stream Elements or if you're doing something else. But basically, I'm trying to copy Phil with 2L's channel. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I'm trying to copy his setup where he has like all this cool, blinking stuff over here, and it has a chat coming up while he's doing stuff. I want to get this as fancy as possible while keeping the quality consistent. So just keep tuning in, keep turning on notifications so you know when I'm here, and the quality will just keep getting better. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right in. We're working on the Pendulum again, the same poem from the last couple of streams, but this time hopefully you can see me. The Pendulum, we got through the first stanza for the most part as far as what we want, what kind of ideas we want to happen underneath the music while the performer is speaking the poem. We got all the way through up into the last two words, the last four words, in a deceitful despair. So why don't we play what we have so far, the first stanza, and see if we can kind of recreate the magic, just kind of coming right into a second session here. Let's see. Already messed it up, see? Oh, wait. Okay, the vocalist starts. Okay, here we go. Two amniotic rivers diverged in a black void. Happy that I could not travel both. One adventurer, I stood. Brown eyes sway left, and brown eyes sway right, in a deceitful despair. Underneath the... So that's what we have so far. Just kind of getting you guys up to speed. I'm basically writing down a skeleton of a literal... Hey! She's eating my light. You see the light went off? a literal musical representation, basically, of the text. Like I said yesterday, I have a pretty good idea of what the poem, or what I feel like the poem is about. Obviously, everybody has their own interpretation. I talked to the poet, the winner of the contest, Reggie Scott, about it, and we're kind of on the same page about, where he's coming from, but she's distracting me. But obviously he's probably coming from a place of a lot more depth, being the original author of the poem, than I am, doing an adaptation of said poem. But yeah, so basically the music underneath the poem has been a literal representation of the text, basically, up until this point. At Brown Eyes Sway Left, Brown Eyes Sway Right, I wanted to introduce some kind of bowed, sustained pitch. I was playing around with bowed electric guitar. We might hammer that out today, but I want to finish up the stanza for sure. I want to figure out what's going on with Deceitful Despair. So let's do that. In order to actually, let me get the chat up here so I can get the text up in the chat for you guys. I'm gonna put the last two lines of the first stanza in the chat, so give me 1 second. I stood, semicolon, brown eyes sway left. And brown eyes sway right, comma, in a deceitful despair, period. Brown eyes sway right in a deceitful despair. Let me also... Dang nabbit. Let me also get the next line, so the first line of the second stanza, because in order to solidify how... Hey, back up. Back up. Good girl, here. Good girl. There you go, good girl. There you go. This is Una, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know. Una likes to hang out with Daddy in the studio, but she's a little playful just like she was last time, so pardon the distractions, but you get a cute dog, as part of the stream, so is it really so bad? In order to solidify what I want to do on Deceitful Despair, I think we need to have an idea of where we're going on the next line. So the next line is, here we go. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet, period. Take root to my feet. Sleep, don't make another peep. Let me continue reading. I am told ceaselessly, but I take a step forward. In between two rivers I travel, where shadows linger no more. Gentle the sun burns bright, when gazed from inner sight. Good girl. The rest of the poem is kind of hopeful, and I feel like cements what I was setting up in the first part of the poem, which is, that uncertainty when you're presented with a tough decision that I think everybody's encountered before. The first stanza, like I said, is about... Sorry, I'm so distracted today. Is about, like I said, you're standing, pretend like you're standing at the top of a mountain, and you have two rivers going out on either side of you, and at the very as far as you can see, is just nothing. It's black. It's all black and it's void, and it just starts to blend into where you're at, which is where you can see the top of the mountain. You have almost no sound up there, but just the gentlest breeze, or just that high-pitched sound you have when there's just no sound, when you're just trapped in the car with nothing going on. Picture that setting. That's what I'm trying to set up here with the music. Ah, dope. Hey, Naya. Well, I'm so stupid. I'm so old. Look at that. I'm gonna say hey in the chat, and then also address you here. But thanks for peeping. Thanks for peeping. Definitely have fun with your set. Be careful out there. Wear a mask. Much love, Naya Papaya. Papaya. Um, well, before I take a Rolo break, got my Rolos here. Before I take a Rolo break, let me. Can I host your channel? Yeah, Phil, by all means. What do I have to do in order to do that? Do I have to allow you to host it or anything? Back up. Back up. Come on. Good girl. Ow. Good girl. Here you go. Yeah, I would really appreciate that, Phil. Thank you. Just let me know what I gotta do. Do I have to do anything? Alright, moving on. I think I did it. Okay, cool. Dope, dude. Go have fun with your chores. I'll be here. Hopefully the video stays good so you guys can watch this back later and see what we... Thanks, Phil. I appreciate it. And see... hey! Dang nabbit, you're so distracting today. I think I need to get her another treat or something because she's messing me up. Appreciate it, Phil. Thank you. Hopefully the quality stays up. You guys can check in, see where we ended up with the music today. Thanks for tuning in, Philium. Okay. Going back to my stream manager here. Fantastic. Una. Good girl. Stop it. The first stanza is about that uncertainty that you feel when you're presented with a tough decision. You have 2 paths ahead of you, 3 decisions, maybe more. Do I go to the left? Do I go to the right? Do I do nothing and just let, whatever happens, happens? And what I feel like the second stanza is cementing is that reassurance that no matter what you choose, as long as you come to it from a pure place, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying be reckless and just choose something arbitrarily, but if you're presented with 2 choices and you're really on the fence about what to do about them, they should be weighted pretty heavily, I assume. So knowing that no matter what you end up doing, as long as you come from a place of truth and a place from inner light or inner sight, as this poem says, you'll be okay, with the outcome. So just remember that we're adaptable creatures, and I don't know where I was going with that. Let's write some more music. What I want to happen at the beginning of the second stanza, it says, "Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet." When that happens, I want some kind of not melodic thing, but like steady, rhythmic, definitely musically present thing representing the earth, representing that grounding, taking root to my feet. Maybe just like a low, something like this maybe. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then maybe like just stacking fifths to represent the roots, like individual roots coming up and grabbing onto you and just grounding you and reassuring you that you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? You just keep being right. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. Sleep. You know what I mean? Like maybe this kind of under thing builds up all the way, like kind of continues throughout the rest of the song. And as each line comes in, we'll build on top of that. Earthy, low, foundational thing with the roots coming up and grabbing our performer, grabbing our speaker, our narrator here. So in a deceitful despair going into that, earth, I think would be good there. Let me just figure out what we're going to put there. I want the earth to be as low a note as possible, basically, while still being distinguishable as a pitch. So the lowest note on the keyboard is obviously this low A, but it doesn't really sound like a pitch just because it's so low. You know what I mean? It barely sounds like an A. It's in there, and it does sound like an A, but just barely. Same with the B flat, same with the B, same with the C. But in playing this now, I think I'm okay with the earth being the biggest, grandest, lowest note on the piano. If we change up the instrumentation at all, maybe I put an octave pedal on even the piano and throw that down an octave somehow, or who knows. I'm definitely okay with having this be an effected piece, and not just piano and bowed electric guitar. You know what I mean? I'm okay with making some weird sounds. I got my tea here. Let me take a Rolo break real quick. Who's out there watching? How you guys doing? Do you guys like Rolos? What's your favorite candy? Rolos are my favorite candy right now. I'm peeling off all this wrappers. Rolo's doing it for me. Rolo. Rue only live once. I know what I want to do on the first line of the second stanza, and that is some low note business. Let me write it down. It's going to be the lowest A on the piano. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Don't forget about my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JamesMarisMusic. If you want to see some of my more polished, educational videos, performances, composition videos, things like that, I have plenty of those over there. If you want to show your support in other ways, I have a Patreon account, patreon.com/JamesMarisMusic. You can go ahead and show your support over there. I have tiers and benefits for all budgets. Alrighty, back to the business. So on the word yet, I want the lowest note that I can achieve with whatever instrumentation I have. Right now, that's the piano. That's going to be this low A. Just make sure she's not being naughty. So I just wanted to write that down, but I still need to figure out what I'm doing on Deceitful Despair. So let me get the violin. Well, no, not the violin. Let me just get the bow out. Ugh. Do 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 Hey, back up. Back up. Bed. Good girl, good day. Yes, that's good girl stuff. You can't mess with this, baby. That's Una. She's trying to mess with my stuff. I don't have anywhere to put this right now. Put it there for now, I guess. There, you can smell it, but don't eat it. Okay, guitar. What about some bowed guitar nonsense? Oh. Oh, man. I kind of like that. Oh, this is so hard with carpal tunnel. What if, you know, I could put like an echo on that, I could distort this. Brown eyes sway left, and brown eyes sway right, in a deceitful despair. And it's an E, I could have that E. Oh, cool. My friend just was responding to me. Phil just sent me a message about his ADD is real, guys. ADD. I was a little flat on my ADD. That's what I got. Alright, back to the song. I'm so sorry, guys. Bowed electric guitar, brown eyes sway left, brown eyes sway right. What I want to have happen on that is bowed electric guitar. I'm leaning towards this low E, but I wonder if my guitar will go down to a low A. That's pretty low. That's as low as it gets on, well, it's not as low as it gets, but I got an A here. So what if I tune the guitar also to match the note that's about to come in, get the undergrowth, right? And we start to get this A. Coming through on electric guitar, you know. And this can continue. You know what I mean? I'm going to leave that tuned as such for now. And I think I am going to write... I'm going to write that down. Bowed electric guitar, low A string. And then I think I'm going to want the harmonics somehow to slide on brown eyes sway left, brown eyes sway right. So let's go ahead and write that down. Slide harmonic. Niente to mezzo piano. You know what I mean? Just, you know, kind of loud but not overpowering the piano just yet. It'll be mezzo piano while the piano is still there. Let's see if we can perform this, what we have so far. Let me get this puppy ready to go. Got this puppy ready to go. Alright, let's see if we can play this. There we go. Haha. Stupid. Already I can start to hear that D flat harmonic. I'm gonna start coming in with the voice. Two amniotic rivers diverged in a black void. Happy that I could not travel both. One adventurer. I stood. Brown eyes sway left, and brown eyes sway right, in a deceitful despair. Yet the undergrowth of the root yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. I'm liking what I have so far. We're definitely gonna need some effects. We're definitely gonna need some action there, but the bare bones of what I have here, I'm digging. You guys liking it so far? So far, so good? Pretty good? Let's see. Slide harmonics from left to right. I do want the bowing to start I stood. Maybe on one adventurer would be a good place for the guitar to come in. Also stop tremolo. Yeah, so the tremolo will stop. And then that A on the guitar will start to come through. It starts to go flat as it sustains. Do you hear it? Crazy. Slide harmonic from left to right. On one, we're gonna add bowed guitar on this note, which I already wrote, and that's also the low E string. That's gonna start up on one, on the word one. I stood, release the pedal, the guitar's still going. Brown eyes sway left. Maybe I do a harmonic when the guitar comes in. For the very first time on one. Happy that I could not travel both. There's I can't tell if it's tuned or not because it's so low. Like if I pluck too hard, it'll go sharp because I made the string a little shorter. And if it's when it sustains, like if I just let it go, if I don't like reactivate the pitch, then it starts to go flat. So sorry, I'm trying to. There we go. So the best kind of most resonant spot is going to be right over the pickup here. I'm going to want harmonic, I think, for the first one. Coming out of nothing, just kind of starting to bow, just. Brown eyes sway left, and brown eyes sway right, in a deceitful despair. Right, and I'm okay with the scratchiness. I'm okay with. Actually, I want scratchy there on deceitful despair because your brain is lying to you there and it's making you feel like this decision is harder than it is. Because remember, at the end of the day, you're an adaptable, strong human being, and as long as you keep following your moral compass and doing the right thing, you will always make the right decision. I want brown eyes sway left, brown eyes sway right, and then slide harmonic, blah, 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 on the words in a deceitful despair. I before E, except after C. In a deceitful despair, I want scratchy, overblown, overtone, harmonic-y. I'm not going to slide harmonic. We're going to pull off the harmonic on the word right. On the bowed 12th fret harmonic. I'm just writing down some of these notes so I don't forget, because just trying to make them as specific as possible. Bowed left, bowed 12th fret harmonic, and then you pull off the harmonic right, bowed, let's see here. Right, bowed slight to second note. And then in deceitful despair, we'll kind of push down a little harder and make it scratchy. So we'll bow harder, make a scratchier timbre, as well as it's going to produce more overtones and just kind of make it sound kind of yucky for a second. Overtones. I hope I'm able to read this later. All right. If the lowest note is going to be A, to represent the earth, I'm going to want to do a B, I think, to be the first root that climbs up to grab our poet here. Also pedaled throughout. Let's see here. Why am I messing this up? That one. I want this to be a slow build for sure, because the fourth line, but I take a step forward, I want that to be like some kind of movement, you know, making the decision. It's all been really superfluous, it's all been really ambiguous up until this point. So I was just toying around just now with having this kind of walking motive. Of those roots, but when they first come in, I think I wanted to introduce them just kind of one at a time. So in a deceitful despair, yet, not on the word yet, but before the word yet. So it will be, we'll put the low note first, and then performer starts. On the word yet. Yet the undergrowth of the root, earth, take root to my feet. Between yet and the word feet, between yet and feet, we'll put that here. I want these pitches based up of fifths, and I'm choosing stacked fifths, and I might even bow another fifth on top of this. On the guitar or something at a certain point, maybe just kind of start trying to build up on the guitar, but I'm choosing fifths because these feel really, even though they're spaced out and independent, they provide a bass that I feel like is really solid, and it just kind of represents Earth, but in the kind of Gaia sense, where Earth is just like this beautiful, strong, powerful presence as it is. So on the, we'll hear this. Yet the undergrowth of the root. God dang it, I can't get this poem right. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. Sleep. Don't make another peep. You know, I want that sustained and held out by the time we get to the word sleep, and we could have some quiet, you know, twinkling or something happening on sleep. But let's go ahead and get these pitches down. They're going to be B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and then I might want to go up higher, going all the way up to D sharp, maybe A sharp. We'll put these in parentheses. Let's see if we can get let's see if we can get D sharp and A sharp bowed on the guitar. I want to get that on the guitar somehow if I can. This is D. Wait, that's A. Then this is... I guess that's as tuned as that's gonna get. I could do D sharp, which would be this one here. Sorry. And A sharp. Let's see here. I don't hate that. Okay, I might have to do, because I'm not liking the slide. First of all, I'm going to miss every time. Second of all, I don't like how it sounds doing the I prefer to play it, but that is a huge stretch. That's like a stretch. It's a big stretch. But I could just roll my fingers. You know, I could just roll my hand. I don't have to actually play both. I'm okay with a little bit of space in between the notes if need be. But I should be able to execute it without too much gap in the notes. Ah, dang nabbit. Alright. The pitch on that is not great. Oh, what if I bowed? Because these are octaves. What if I bowed the first two strings? Can I do that? I definitely might end up doing so. Definitely might end up doubling the octaves. I put that down here just in case. Bowed harmonic. Let's see. I'm just writing down the fact that I'm detuning the E string down to the A, and then play octave A strings throughout. Basically, since the low, I detuned the E string all the way down to be an A to match the A string there. Basically, I can play everything in octaves. When I get to this part, it's definitely a little sharp, but whatever. We'll fix that later. Pull up harmonic, yeah, disable despair, detune A. Yep, cool. Then performer starts. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. Sleep. Okay, so we need something on sleep. I want all this stuff to ring out underneath while something else happens on sleep. Perhaps high piano stuff coupled with some guitar sounds. Let's see. So we just came out of this quintal stack down low. What if we had that flipped and we did some kind of like quintal stack up high, but sparse, just kind of like twinkling sleep notes on the line sleep. Don't make another peep. Let me get this stuff into the chat real quick so everybody knows what's going on with the next line that we're working on. Sleep, comma, don't make another peep, period. Or else. Man. My back. I'm a dang old. My back is killing me today, guys. I don't know what's going on, but she hurts. My back, she hurts. Okay, so on sleep, perhaps a quintal stack up high. Gotta take another Rolo break here. I know I'm just nothing but breaks today. He's distracted. Sometimes he's focused, sometimes he's distracted. I'm human. What do you want? Let's see what a quintal stack up high sounds like on piano. Okay, so these would be the same notes as the low, kind of earthy foundation quintal stack. I'm just flipping them. So the last pitches that we heard would be this A sharp in this case. If we built up fourths on top of that, we get this sound. I wonder if I could do without the fan for now. I'll turn it back on if it gets hot. Right? But sparse, like stars kind of coming through on the text sleep. Don't make another peep, right? Let's see what that would sound like. So coming out of... Oh, my back. Coming out of... Yet the undergrowth of the root... Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. So we have the piano starts. Then the performer. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. The last thing we hear is that A sharp, and then we do a quintal stack built up of fourths on top. Sleep. Okay, what I don't want. So I'm okay with the notes going in order. Am I messing this up again? No, I'm doing this right. Okay. The notes going in order for the quintal stack on the low foundational stuff. What I don't want on top, I don't want those notes coming in order because I don't want it to be as obvious. These notes are closer together, and it's going to be really obvious what's going on that we're stacking fourths all the way up to the B. I like the product of this chord, but I don't want this to be rolled in order. I would rather have some kind of out of order variance of those notes. So let's do that. I'm okay with, let's play around with a pattern. Let's see if we do like, so if these are the pitches, what if we did like every other one starting with the highest one? I kind of like that, right? What if we did the same thing, but skipping two notes of this chord at a time and then leaping down, something like this. I like that a lot better. It's really spaced out, and it's not as obvious until we get to the end, necessarily, that this that this is a stack of fourths. I want the effect without it being so obvious. So I think we got it. Let's go ahead and write it down. I'm digging that spacing of fourths, right? And then I'm skipping, so I'm going from the high B down to, I'm skipping two notes in that chord, going down to the G sharp, and then going back up to the second highest note, which is the F sharp, skipping two notes, going down to the D sharp, so on and so forth, to give us that kind of descending pattern on sleep. Don't make another peep. So high B. Let's go ahead and just get these notes down. We're going to stay in treble clef here. Hit the undergrowth of the earth, take root to my feet. Sleep on the word sleep. I'm definitely going to want some kind of pause in between feet and sleep, so I put that in my notes as a as a rest with a fermata, because I don't know how long for sure we want that to be, but I'm just making cliff notes here. Feet and then sleep. On the word sleep, I want these notes to come through in this order: B, G sharp, F sharp, D sharp, C sharp, A sharp. By the time we get from sleep to peep, sleep, don't make another peep. By the way, anybody who's just tuning in, this is what we have so far. Hey, now, you can see this a lot better. Hey, cool. Ta-da! Pretty cool, eh? That's what my crazy handwriting looks like. That's what this music looks like right now. It's just a bunch of notes. Alright, let's write these notes down here. We got B. I'm kind of running out of space here, so I'm going to put this... I'm going to write this down 2 octaves, and then remind myself that it needs to be put up 2 octaves here. Sleep. Play 2 octaves higher. I'm going to do B, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, wait. Okay, I'm notating this wrong. Alright, so that's D, that's B, that's G sharp down here. F sharp all the way up. F sharp all the way up here. After S sharp, we'll do D sharp. C sharp and then A sharp. Which octave? Wait, shoot. I feel like I'm messing this up, guys. That's the one I messed up right there. Alright, I'm starting over here. Hang on a second. Okay. I need to write this a little closer to the actual pitch, and in order to do that I need to rearrange some of my notes here because I'm running out of room. So, play one octave higher. I got the B. Okay, so it's high B, and then it's a low D sharp. So basically, this section here is going to be played one octave higher, but I was notating it 2 octaves lower, and it was just incorrect, and it was throwing me off. But I think now we're on the right track. B, G sharp. We're going to do this G sharp here. F sharp. It'll be this one here. We have the E, D sharp here. C sharp here. And B, A sharp. Okay, so here's what that was real quick. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Wait, is this all backwards for you guys? No, it's perfect. Okay, cool. So those really dark descending motives. Ding, 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 ding. That's going to be played an octave higher, and that's what we just worked on just now. So we got all the way through sleep. Don't make another peep. I am told ceaselessly is the next line. Let's get that into the chat, actually. I am told ceaselessly. I am told ceaselessly. What's he got punctuation-wise? Oh, it's a period. Okay, so it's kind of like its own standalone thing. Sleep. Don't make another peep. I am told ceaselessly. I don't want to call it's not a throwaway line by any means, but I feel like it's really connected to the line above it. Sleep, don't make another peep. Let's see. Sleep, don't make another peep. I am told ceaselessly. Those seem to go hand in hand to me, even though they are two separate lines. You could tell. You could see here in the chat. I'm putting it the chat here with the bow of my violin. If you can't tell, you can see here in the chat that they are two separate lines, but I feel like they go together. So. So I'll probably just have that twinkling sound sustain throughout. Actually, did I notate when the part before it turns off? I think I'm going to have that sustain while the performer says, I am told ceaselessly, because I feel like it won't take very long to perform that line. So there's not a lot of time to notate anything in that time, other than just letting this chord ring out. Let's see what that sounds like. We'll start from "Yet the undergrowth of the earth." This is the first line of the second stanza. We're halfway through. Yet the undergrowth of the piano first. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. Sleep. Sleep. Actually, in that time, I am told, sleep, don't make another peep. That would all have happened here. So let's see. Sleep, don't make another peep. I am told ceaselessly. Yeah. That happened so fast that, yeah, we're just going to let that happen. We're going to let this have this kind of sparse yet accelerating rhythm. It's a sparse accelerando underneath here, and then sustained until the end of ceaselessly. Sustained until ceaselessly. Let's see what that sounds like, and that will get us all the way through the first 3 lines of the second stanza. Here we go. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. Sleep, don't make another peep. I am told ceaselessly. So yeah, I kind of like that. It's descending, and it's giving us, it's kind of like a call and response from the earth, from the stars to the earth. We have the earth's, really sparse, spread out quintal stack, coupled with the stars, interjecty, out of order, but still following a pattern, call and response thing that we got there. That's pretty cool. I'm liking what we have so far. That's going to ring out until I'm told ceaselessly. And then I feel like that's where I want these notes that I had earlier, that quartal stack, the quintal stack, down here, to start walking, but I take a step forward, and then these roots kind of let go, and our character kind of starts walking. But I take a step forward. In between 2 shadows, or in rivers I travel, where shadows linger no more. Gentle the sun burns bright, when gazed from inner sight. Okay, so I definitely want that walking motive. I want the first one for sure to be the same pitches as the roots, from before. I want them to peel off of our performer, or our character here. The roots peel off of the feet, and they're allowed to take a step forward. Right? So I want those pitches to be the first part. Let's see. We'll go ahead and write that down, actually. On the walking motive, but I take a step forward. I think I want this to start before the performer, but I take a step forward. Yeah. In between 2 rivers I travel. From forward to travel, I think is where I want this walking motive to be, because it's all related to me, I think. The walking is the traveling. They go hand in hand. So let's go ahead and write out this. It's kind of in 6/8. We finally get a little bit of meter. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twice. We'll do the low A. This is all an octave lower. Pedal throughout. Sustained until ceaselessly. Pedal throughout. I think after the first iteration of the motive is when our performer will start. So we'll hear this, but I take a step forward, and then in between two rivers I travel. Yeah. This is gonna time out perfect, I think. So we'll do basically. Okay, here we go. Only that A is actually 2 octaves low. The rest is going to be at pitch. So we have this, and then we have F sharp. Yeah, that's all going to be played with the left hand, and then the right hand will have to do F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Sorry, I'm just notating here. Just want to make sure I got my accidentals in there. I'll show you guys in a second. Real quick. Oh, what's happening here? Okay. So here's what I just did. This part right here. Ooh, right there. So we have the low A, and then we go up an octave, and then we just have this quintal stack. That's going to repeat. So on the first repeat, after this one, so after the first iteration, the performer will start. But I take a step forward. I'm gonna leave the text alone for now. I'm just gonna put right but I take a step forward. In between two rivers I travel. Maybe if I can somehow get those. Oh, hang on a second. It said my thing was overloading. I want to make sure that my stuff isn't frozen again. Let me just make sure my stuff's not frozen here. Overloading. I want to make sure that my stuff isn't frozen again. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I got the right settings here. Alrighty. I want the pitches to be the same underneath, but I take a step forward, and then I do want them to finish saying forward in that first iteration. But I take a step forward. I want something a little higher here after forward, something, pitch-wise that's moving us along. So we just came from here. What if we went up something like this? Mm. Da dum da 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 dum dum da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I kind of like the walking going up, but not being the same amount of notes. So right now I have a 5-note pattern in the first 2 measures. The second 2 measures I wanted to have a 4-note pattern out of the 6 beats. While we ascend by a whole step, the same quintal stack. So instead of B, we're going to start on C sharp. After forward, C sharp, G sharp, because we're doing a quintal, D sharp, A sharp, right? And then it'll give us the impression that we're moving a little higher. 16th notes, sorry, 8th notes I mean, since we're in 6/8. Okay. So we have, our walking motif here. Yeah, there you go. Walking motif repeats the same pitches, and then after our performer says the word forward, we'll go on to the next motive, which is a 6/8. So we're still kind of in that meter 6/8 thing because we're walking, we're traveling, right? But I want to give us a little bit of excitement, so we raised it by a whole step, and we're changing the motive from a 5-note pattern to a 4-note pattern, right? But I think I want that to climb again to get us to travel. In between 2 rivers I travel. So maybe it does something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Obviously I'm messing up the rhythm a little bit and the timing here, but I do like that climb. And then we do end up with this chord, which has 2 of the notes of our original river that represents our river notes, the B flat and the C, all the way down here. I could have them up here spread out, still kind of representing that. If we can get that D flat in there somehow, also, where shadows maybe, the D flat will come in, linger no more, and then kind of go away because it's kind of this yucky note. Maybe we get it on the guitar, it comes in and then leaves by the time more, and then we just have the last line. I think let's get this down. We're doing good. Okay, so we have the 4-note pattern ascending even more, the pitches, but I take a step forward. In between 2 rivers I travel. Okay. And it will be on beats 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nothing on beat 1 and 6. It'll be these pitches. We just came from here. Yeah. So we got D sharp. You're so stupid. D sharp. A sharp. Oh you're going all over the place, James. A sharp. And then F and C. Wait. Oh, E sharp and B sharp is what it will be for real. Since we're climbing fifths, but we'll probably have to... We'll probably transpose this down to flats after all, because having to deal with E sharp and B sharp is just going to drive me insane. There's no reason for that. Okay. On the word shadows... Wait. So we're going to let this all sustain. Sustained. On the word shadows... I want D flat to enter, specifically this D flat, which is treble clef. It's going to be this D here. We'll give it a D flat. I want that to come through on the word shadows. We want maybe bowed guitar to enter, and then on the word more, linger no more, the guitar will exit. Enter and exit. Okay. And then all I have here is the last line. Gentle, the sun burns bright when gazed from inner sight. So the first 3 lines before it have all been this walking motif. I'm told ceaselessly, but I take a step forward. And then, in between 2 rivers I travel, where shadows linger no more. And then, gentle the sun burns bright when gazed from inner light, is the very last line. I want something triumphant and happy, warm, sunshine, just some kind of, just like major chord, but like with a really nice voicing, like something like, but like super spread out somehow. You know, like magnitude of the sun down here with just that warmth here, but I don't know, I might have to put way more notes in there. Something like this. Yeah, we get a B in there maybe? I don't know. Gentle, the sun burns bright. When gazed from inner sight. Something like that, something like that, something like that. I think I'm gonna want a little more outro. And I'm definitely gonna want somebody who's not me to perform the vocals. Maybe I could see if Wifey will do it. Alright, fast and last Rolo break. And then I think we need to finish. I mean, it would be so silly to not just finish this piece today. try from the top. I'm just going to play the piano instead of the guitar, so I'll play the piano. I'll play the guitar part on the piano. Two amniotic rivers diverged in a black void. Happy I could not travel both. One adventurer, I stood. Brown eyes sway left, and brown eyes sway right, in a deceitful despair. Scratch your harmonic there, right? And then here we go. Yet the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. Sleep. Don't make another peep. I'm told ceaselessly. But I take a step forward. In between two rivers I travel, where shadows linger no more. Gentle, the sun burns bright, when gazed from inner sight. Some kind of outro thing. Well, she doesn't sing. Well, she does sing a little bit, actually. I might be able to get her to actually sing on this, but I don't know how much actual singing will be in this piece. I think it really would be emphatic Sprechstimme. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I'm pretty happy with the piece so far. Gentle, the sun burns bright. It feels really silly to have that low C be the first thing that comes in, because it's going to be almost impossible to do that gently and audibly. Like if I do it gently, then you won't hear it. And then just based on all the other stuff that I want to put on top of it, like maybe this kind of chord, something like this. I wouldn't mind a ninth in there. What if you put it on the inside? Yeah, right? So what if we did the chord and then, the low C on the word gentle? What if we did this? Gentle, the sun burns bright, when gazed from inner sight. Okay, cool. I like something like that. So we're gonna do that. Where shadows linger no more. So the piano chords will have sustained underneath. The guitar will bow, get that D flat in there so that we can hear that harmonic from earlier, represented as a creepy shadow. That's gonna come in and leave where shadows linger no more. Gentle, the sun burns bright. I want this chord. Gentle, the sun burns bright. On the word sun, I want gentle chord, the sun is the timing that I want. So let's notate this as best as possible. Gentle chord. Get my bass clef here. We got a G. We got a D. We got an E. And we got a B. We're gonna let that ring out. Actually, I should have left them filled in. We're gonna let these puppies ring out. And then on the word gentle chord, the sun burns bright. Gentle chord, the sun, and then on sun I want the low C. the sun burns bright. Gentle, the sun burns bright. When gazed from inner sight. Some kind of outro. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, definitely some kind of outro. Let's see. Let's see. Gentle, the sun burns bright. Yeah, why not arpeggiate it? Ooh. Why not roll it down? Roll it down to give us this kind of doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. The sun burns bright. After bright, we can start getting some twinkly iterations of maybe this chord. So it's basically it's a fifth, and then you go up a step, do another fifth. But I don't know. I don't know if we want to do that. Let's see. So gentle. The sun burns bright. When gazed from inner sight. Yeah, dudes. Dudes and dudettes. I think something like that. Gentle chord, the sun burns bright. After the word bright, we'll get a twinkly when gazed from inner sight. landed on, or ended on. I don't want to ruin the resoluteness and kind of major feel of the sun, you know, burning bright and gently burning bright. So I'm going to keep these pitches. If I don't include the C up there, it sounds like a G6 chord though, and I don't want that sound. I need it against the C to give us that prettiness there. What if I took the G out of it? Yeah, okay, because I want inner sight to be related to the sun. It kind of lines up with my own personal beliefs that, like, you know, we are all, you know, just kind of the same energy, and, you know, the sun burning bright kind of lines up with our inner light and inner sight, you know, that same kind of universal magnitude there. So I'm going to keep the pitches the same. I'm going to take the G out of it because I don't want this to sound like a G6 chord, right? Because it just kind of sounds like ukulele, right? I'm not interested in that. So we're going to get the G out of there. We're going to twinkle up here a little. And then maybe on that last twinkling we'll get a C in there. It'll give us a 4-note cluster chord up here. I don't know if you can see. You can't, but it's giving us a 4-note cluster chord. And that'll be what our piece ends on. It'll just all sustain until the sound is gone. And the piece is done, I think. Let's write these pitches down. It's just B, D, E, B, D, E, B, D, E, so on and so forth. We'll put it here. B, D, E, B, alright, let's again have to put this down with octaves or something. B, D, E, B, and then we'll put 8VA here. B, D, E, and then double 8VA, B, C, D, E. And it's also going to sustain until the sound dies. Okay, I think we got it, guys. I think we're done with the skeleton of this piece. I think the next step would be to notate this as best as possible. I think that'll really help us to flesh out exactly what kind of, you know, sounds and timings this is going to require. So we'll bust out the computer and we'll try really hard to just kind of start turning this into a final score, and then we can perform it, record it, so on and so forth, and display it for all of the world to see. Let's take it from the top. Here we go. The Pendulum, bare bones. Two amniotic rivers diverged in a black void. Happy that I could not travel both, one adventurer I stood. Brown eyes sway left, and brown eyes sway right, in a deceitful despair. Okay, it starts and then the piano, right? Yeah. Yet, the undergrowth of the earth take root to my feet. Sleep, Don't make another peep, I am told ceaselessly. But I take a step forward. Thanks, Phil. But I take a step forward. In between two rivers I travel, where shadows linger no more. Gentle, the sun burns bright when gazed from inner sight. Boom. I'm happy with that. That works for me. Like I said, obviously we'll have to notate this for real at some point. We'll have to do that next. But as far as bare bones, I'm happy with what I got. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, like I said, I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/JamesMarisMusic. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/JamesMarisMusic. Those are great ways to show support. Tell your friends about my Twitch. This is where I'm going to be spending most of my time these days. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you know when I'm coming on. And yeah, just keep watching. Thank you very much. I'll leave you guys with that. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.